Hello Internet, I am the hero of Julios once again with another One Piece card unboxing video. This time we have set 14 of the One Piece card game, the Azure Seas 7. Now this is a little different than our usual sets because it is also going to contain half of EB4, which is the Crisis on Egghead, I think is what its official name is going to be, but we'll never actually see a booster pack of that because we have them half combined. The reason we're doing that is because we in the States are catching up to Japan, so this is the easiest way to accelerate us. Unfortunately, that kind of results in a bit of a pull rate problem. I'll probably say something about that later in the set as we go through more cards. But on the note of cards, we did have a pre-release event, and I won not one, but 2 pre-release winner cards. Unfortunately, due to just allocation problems, these are the only boxes I've managed to obtain so far. Aside from the packs I opened at the pre-release events themselves, these are going to be my collection for a little bit. So without further ado, let's get into the actual unboxing. As always, I like to start with packs from the bottom because I have a superstition about bottom pack magic. I think there's something to be said about saving the best for last. And oh, we have one of everything. We have one of every color. That's kind of nice. But it looks like we are right. We're starting off with one of the SRs, but this is not an SR from OP14. This is an SR from EB4. This is Foxy of the Foxy Pirates. 8 cost to play, 9,000 power. His on play is a Don -1. If your leader has the Foxy Pirates type, draw 2, trash 1 from your hand. Then rest up to one of your opponent's characters with a cost of 9 or less. Its activate main, add up to 1 Dawn card from your Dawn deck and rest it. So you gain back the Dawn you lose from his on play, and using Foxy's leader ability from set 7. Was it set 7? Yes, it was set 7. Using that Foxy leader's ability when attacking, you can lock down one of your opponent's characters, and since you rested it with your 8 cost here, you gain that benefit. Very nice. We're already off to a strong start, seeing as we pulled an SR from our very first pack, although technically that would have been our very last pack. So if you're ever at your local game shop, don't be afraid if they only have 1 pack left, because if nothing else, there might just be an SR in there, which is nice. I think this time around I'm gonna add a little bit of background music to this video, so if you're just here for smooth listening while watching someone open up booster packs, that will be a nice little vibe for you. Our rares are Jinbei and King. Oh, I should say our last rares were Mr. 1 and I believe it was Shanks. Yes. Another interesting thing about this set that I'm kind of looking forward to is the fact that we gained 7 leaders, which obviously fits the 7 Warlords of the Sea theme. Oh, here's one of them right now, Trafalgar Law. And we got, for our rares, we have Shirahoshi and Eustace Kid. Now, organizing these cards is gonna be a pain in the butt, considering not only am I sorting by color, but I'm also gonna have to filter out all the EB. Fortunately, that's only for 3 colors. We're getting the EBs from the colors, I believe, we're getting purple, black, and blues EBs. I'll have to double check and maybe look at these cards a little more closely as I'm opening them. Oh no, it is greens EBs, so purple, black, and green. We got Absalom and Luffy as our rares. Personally, I'm just hoping to get my hands on an SR Boa Hancock. It's as of the recording of this video, we've been seeing a bit of a spike in our prices. There's I wouldn't say it's a huge issue. Eventually things will die back down, but the hype train is real on the One Piece card game right now. Oh, speaking of hype, we got the 10 cost Doflamingo character, 10 cost to play, 10,000 power. His on play is Dawn -3, which is wild, but you get to choose one of 2 abilities. If your leader has the Don Quixote Pirates type, you can KO an opponent's character with a cost of 8 or less. Or you can choose up to 3 of your opponent's characters with a cost of 7 or less, and they cannot be rested until the end of your opponent's next end phase. Now, that does mean, if they can't be rested, if they are blockers, they cannot block. If they have an ability that requires resting something, and that is something that got locked, you cannot rest it. If they want to attack, that also requires resting, so you can't do that either. It's a very, very good lockdown card. Doflamingo is actually one of the 3 decks I plan on playing. I like Boa, I like Doflamingo, and I'm going to build... I'm also going to build Gecko Moria and Jinbei, so it's actually 4 decks. Our rares are Mr. 3 and King. Ooh, and we also got a Alt Art Dawn card. So, Hawkeye Mihawk was introduced as pretty much the first Warlord we saw physically. And unless, someday we get some retcon that shows that, somebody else was a Warlord. But as of right now, this was our introduction to just how high that ceiling was. And this is the Dawn card for set 14. We also get another Dawn card because we are getting EB4's Dawn card. It's a pretty nice artwork. I'll get to it when we get to it. But for now, that's a nice little pull. Going back to what I was saying, we are in a bit of a market spiral right now as a lot of people are leaving Pokemon and finding a new game to buy into. As a result, we are seeing a lot of price hikes. So I'm really hoping for the Boa Hancock SR. Our rares are Ground Death, and a Boa Hancock rare. But yes, as a result, the Boa Hancock SR is going up in its pre-sale price. But since I'm on that subject, if you are a collector or a player, does not matter, I would say hold off on any pre-release price. Never buy pre-sale because those are always hyperinflated. Even commons and uncommons are like $2 cards, and they definitely aren't supposed to be. It's just a kind of a FA, or what's it called? The fear of missing out is essentially the problem. Anyways, our rares are Dr. Hogback. Oh, and Princess Vivi, Nefertari Vivi. This is another EB SR. 7 cost to play, 4,000 power, 1,000 counter. On play, we can play up to 1 Alabasta type character card with a cost of 8 or less other than Nefertari Vivi from our hand. Then, our opponent places 1 card from their hand to the bottom of their deck. So it's very good for disrupting your opponent, flooding the board a bit with Vivi. Probably pull out the Chaka and Pell that comes out in this set as well. But I will say, I'm really trying to get my hands on the OP14 SRs, not the EB ones. As much as I do obviously want to collect them all, I'm a little worried that the pull rates here are not looking good. So let's keep crossing our fingers, and hopefully we'll see something. But for now, our rares are Silver's Rayleigh and Queen. Oh, I will say, on the note of the EB Queen, the Beast Pirate cards look pretty cool. If there are any pre-releases, well, by the time this video goes up, the pre-releases should all be over, but when you play in a sealed format with this set, the Kaido from EB4 is absolutely amazing. It is super strong in this set, thanks to just being able to plop down, rest something, and rush. Very strong. And our rares are Time for the Counterattack. Oh, and the SR Boa Hancock. Very good. This is good. I pulled 1 during my pre-releases, so now I am at 2. 9 cost to play, 10,000 power. Her on play is if your leader has the 7 Warlords of the Sea type, add up to 1 card from the top of your deck to the top of your life cards. Then, add up to 1 card from the top of your opponent's life cards to the owner's hand. Her trigger lets you play 1 character card with 6,000 power or less, and a trigger from your hand. This goes great in any yellow Warlords deck, which as of right now is just Moria and Hancock, but I'm sure we'll see more in the future. On top of that, her trigger works great with the Boa Hancock leader, because if you play something during your opponent's turn, you get to draw a card, which is very, very strong. Yeah, so the meta is definitely diversifying in this set. We are walking away from the triangle meta that was Ace, Emu, Zoro. So I knew it was going to happen someday, but it's much better this way. In fact, you could say, like our rare here, it's for fun. And our other rare is Aladdin. And with that, we are halfway through box number 1, which means we are a quarter of the way through our packs. Let's see if we can start off strong in the second half of this box, starting off with Zala. Very nice beginning. I do love that Mr. Senor Pink art. Oh, it's because I have a Mr. 4 card over here I was looking at. Anyways, yeah, the Baroque works on that note, speaking of Mr. 4 and Mr. 9 right here. I have absolutely no clue what Bandai is thinking with that leader. Our rares are Arlong and Perona. Oh, and we also got the Egghead Dawn. This is the introduction, the first pan out that we saw that showed us the entirety of Egghead Island. Very nice looking artwork. I will like to get a playset of this one. I think it looks very cool. But going back to Crocodile, I got no clue. I have no idea. You can't remove anything via your effects, which is what black as a color has been built up to do. I'm hoping it gets more support in the future that maybe makes things make more sense, but as it stands right now, it really just feels like you're trying to survive until your 8 Dawn turn, play the Crocodile, and then just survive. The rares for this pack are Zoro and Sugar. Meanwhile, all the other Warlords, I think they got great decks. I think I'm not gonna play Mihawk. I'm just not interested in it. But I think Mihawk got a very strong deck. It's very nice. Law, I think it needs better support. But once it does, it's gonna be a very dangerous deck. Imagine having, you know, a 2-cost character with, you know, 1,000 power, but it has Rush, and as a result of that Rush, though, you can swap it with something and have, you know, a 1-cost 10,000 Rush. Pretty crazy. The rares for this one are Eustace Kid, oh, and Chaka and Pell, as I mentioned earlier with Vivi. Trying to think if I left out any of the Warlords, but none of them really come to mind. Although I will say, speaking of things that are coming to mind, I haven't seen an alt art yet this box, and that's slightly concerning. Oh, hang on, I disorganized the card over here. There we go. And for our rares, we have Elecla, oh, and Carrot. This is another SR from EV4. 8 cost to play, 9,000 power. Her on play is one of the strongest on plays I've seen so far. If your leader has the Minx type, set up to 2 of your Mink type characters and your leader as active. As of right now, the only leader we have that is Mink is Carrot, which hasn't been historically great. But as we gain more Mink support, this card will get progressively stronger. This essentially allows you 6 swings in place of 3. You just have to have strong enough cards to warrant that. Now, if you can chain a couple of those carrots together and have them restand themselves, because they have 9,000 power, it becomes really strong. In addition to the carrot that we got earlier, the 5-cost one that paralyzes things, it has potential, it just needs more support. Which is something I say for a lot of decks, if I'm being honest. For example, Foxy. I really like the Foxy Pirates deck, I just wish it had more support. Our rares are Virgo. Oh, and we got our first hit of the box. We got the secret rare Crocodile. 8 cost to play, 10,000 power, with a pretty good on play. Up to one of your opponent's characters with a cost of 9 or less cannot attack until the end of your opponent's next end phase. Then, if your opponent has a character with a cost of 0, or with a cost of 8 or more, draw 1 card. His on KO, you may trash 1 card from your hand to play this character from your trash. So what you can do with the Crocodile Leader ability is you can play this guy down, stun something, KO it, trash a card from hand, which will probably be the card you drew or something equivalent, and play him down again, and then draw another card. So you will essentially draw 2, trash 1, and paralyze 2 targets. And that second target could be a 10-drop thanks to Crocodile's leader ability, which would allow you to lower a 10-drop to a 0 cost. So again, not exactly sure what the goal of the Baroque Works deck is, aside from playing that character specifically. But who knows, maybe next set will show us set 15 might have some backward support for it. Because right now, what you get from this set is all you have to work with for Baroque Works, really. And our rares are Chaka and Pell. Oh, and Miss All Sunday, the other good card in the Crocodile deck. For those of you who remember 8-cost Moria before he was banned, this card might ring a couple bells. 7 cost to play, 8,000 power. On play, if your leader's type includes Baroque Works, play up to 1 character card with a type including Baroque Works and a cost of 4 or less, and up to 1 character with a type including Baroque Works and a cost of 2 or less, cost of 1 from your trash. So it's not as strong as being able to play out a 4-drop and a 2-drop, but in the Baroque Works deck specifically, it allows you to cycle through some things, maybe get your Searcher back out, or whatever else you need for your deck. And then, if you combine it with the SR Mr. 2, you can use it to play out the 5-cost Mr. 1, and it allows for a lot of shenanigans. It just doesn't allow you to really wipe the board, which is what Black usually does. And our rares for this pack are Tashigi. Oh, and You'll Frighten Me. Well, we managed to pull Miss All Sunday, who is one of my favorite characters, obviously. I don't think I've been shy about that on this channel. And we pulled the Secret Rare Mr. 1. So far this box has been pretty nice to me. I'm hoping maybe we'll get 2 alt arts still. There's still a chance for that. But for now, our rares are Jinbei. Oh, and the Kaido I was mentioning. I do think it's really funny that we got a Kuro support card so soon to Kuro rotating out. Once he's out, this set 14 card will have absolutely nothing to do in the regular format. Although we are getting Legacy tournaments, so that's going to be pretty cool. Our rares are Sugar and Ice Time. So I'm looking forward to the Legacy format, seeing what that does. Alright, so we are down to the last 3 packs of the first box. We got our bronze medal in hand. Hopefully it's got something impressive to show us. But if it doesn't, we still have 2 more swings. Really hoping I have a 3-hit box, but you know, that is the gamble we take when we open boxes. So let us see. Our rares for this pack are Arlong and Everwhite, which means if we have 3 hits, they are in these 2 remaining packs. If I had a drum to roll, I would roll it. And our rares are Roanoa Zoro. Well, it's an SR, which isn't terrible. This is the Kikunojo from EB4. 7 cost to play, 8,000 power. Activate main. If this character was played on this turn, set your land of Wano type leader as active. So right now we have the Odin from set 2, or set 1 actually. Or no, it's set 2. No, Kinemon was set 2. So we have Odin from set 1, Kinemon from set 2, Odin from EB1, and Yamato from set 6. Once set rotation happens, we'll still have 2 leaders that can use Kikunojo, but other than that, we don't really have any. Alright, well, the good news is, with this final pack, we know we're getting an alt art. That's kind of cool. Hopefully it's a really crazy one. but it's a good way to end a box. A little bit of a dramatic pause. Our rares are MacLeod. Oh, and an alt art of Nefertari Vivi. Well, I will spare you the information on the card because we already opened the SR, but this is the alt art for Vivi. She is looking over the palace from her room. Obviously, there's a little bit of fan service going on here because it's Vivi. Everybody loves Vivi. So that's nice. That's a nice one to get. All right, well, give me one moment and I will clear things up and get the second box rolling. I do want to apologize for earlier. I misled in my wording. It's actually it's purple, green, and blue that we are getting the EB cards from. It's black, yellow, and red will be in set 15 alongside the set 15 cards. But here we are with the first pack of the new box. It is a bottom pack. We're hoping for something fancy, something wonderful. Let me just scoot some cards. There we go. And, oh, that's a Hancock leader. Oh, interesting. We got the Hancock leader a little... Do we always get it early? Whatever. For our rares, we got Monkey D. Luffy. Oh, and we got Foxy again. Huh. That was our first pack from the first box. Ominous. Foxy, are you following me? My brother actually pulled quite a few Foxy leaders when set 7 came out, so we do have this joke that he is following our family around. So maybe it's my turn. Maybe Foxy has set his sights upon me. He wishes to Davy back fight and take me away. You know what, actually, I could rock on Foxy's crew for a little bit. I don't see a huge problem with that. Our rares are Chaka and Pell and Flame Dragon Torch. Torch. Words are hard. It's late at night while I'm recording this video. This is the only time I had this week to work on it, so. Yeah, here we go. I like the shtick that the Thriller Bark deck is doing this time around with being able to summon themselves from trash still, but it's based on the trigger of their yellow cards. I kind of wish their 2 costs had a little more support. Our rares are Dr. Hogback. Oh, and we got the other secret rare in this box. So, we got the 9-cost Dracule Mihawk. 10,000 power in addition to that, no counter. Your turn, when this character becomes rested, up to one of your opponent's characters with a cost of 9 or less cannot be rested until the end of your opponent's next end phase. So, you play him down, use the Mihawk leader ability to rest him in order to, make something locked. Then, every other turn when you swing with him, it also does that effect. On your opponent's attack, you may trash 1 card from your hand. Up to one of your leader or character cards gains 2,000 power during this battle. So he turns the bricks into your hand into 2k counters. Very useful and allows you to play a lot more, I don't want to say dead draw, because obviously if they have no counter, they must have a good enough power to compensate, but it turns a lot of the non-counter cards in your deck into useful cards defensively. Well, that's a good start. Going back to what I was saying, Thriller Bark, I do like them being able to do that. I just kind of wish the 2 costs were better to validate the stage card. Oh, another Hancock. Interesting. Our rares are Ground Death and Don Quixote do Flamingo SR. Very cool. Already went over his effect, so I will just add that to my pile of SRs over here that I got brewing. Moving on. But yeah, the triggers for Thriller Bark are pretty good. Just being able to cycle things around, and then the SR Moria to throw things back into the life stack, giving you both a life and a body on board. It's a very good combo. For our rares, we got Monet. Oh, and we got the new Nami SR. This one actually is from OP14, believe it or not. 4 cost to play, 2,000 power, 1,000 counter, has blocker, she's got the works, but on play is the craziest part. Rest up to 2 of your opponent's characters with a cost of 8 or less. Then, set up to 5 of your Dawn cards as active at the end of this turn. Effectively, this is a -1 cost card. Now, you do get the 5 Dom back at the end of your turn, but you're combining this with the Monkey D. Luffy leader from set 13, allowing you to use your leader ability to its maximum potential every time you play that Nami down. It is absolutely bonkers. It's a good play. I would recommend going first with that leader just so you could utilize her on turn 5 with your 5 Dawn turn, put a Dawn on your leader, play her down. Yeah, you're only getting 4 Dawn back, but the amount of defense you're getting, and she's a blocker, so she herself is also defense on top of that. It is a good push. I will probably be testing that on the simulator before I commit to making that deck real. Getting the alt art of that card would be pretty nice, because Nami is always highly sought after, the delightful waifu tax and whatnot. Our rares for this pack are Arlong and Monkey D. Luffy, Captain of the Straw Hats himself. Alrighty, on to the next pack. Let me know in the comments below if you're feeling up to it, what deck you plan on playing this set, because there seems to be quite the variety of actual meta viable decks this time around. Our rares are Ocean Current, Shoulder Throw, and Silver's Rayleigh. But I think this is going to be one of the most fun metas we've had in a while. We'll see what set 15 has in store for us, but I'm actually really looking forward to my locals for the next couple months. I'm also looking forward to nationals, but I'm just humbly trying to enter the LCQ for that one. Hopefully I get a spot in actual nationals. And our rares for this pack are For Fun and Queen. Las Vegas. What an interesting place. I've never been myself, and fortunately my brother got an invite, so we'll be heading there together, and I will enter the LCQ like I did in Texas, and we'll just keep pressuring, keep trying. I'm so close. I can almost taste it. My invite is on the horizon. But for now, I'm doing all right. We got rares like Tashigi and we got Tashigi and Zoro in the same pack. Look at that. That's cute. I don't know if people still ship those two together. I don't see it personally. I kind of agree with Zoro. She looks way too much like Kuina. I think it would be weird, at least for Zoro. Plus, now that, you know, spoilers for Wano arc, but now that we know Kozuki Hiyori is totally interested, you know, Zoro's got a place to go if something ever happens to the rest of the crew. Alright, our next rares are Sugar and Arlong. Speaking of Arlong, I think that's like the 4th or 5th Arlong I've gotten these two boxes. I actually really like the Jinbei deck. That's another one I'm thinking about building. It's fun. It's kind of a rushy deck, which isn't usually my style, but I don't know. There's something about the Aladdin and the Shirahoshi allowing for board spam. The hand control is crazy, being able to draw so much but also throw so much away. Our rares are Perona. Oh, well, the cards have spoken. This is the first alt art leader that I have pulled, so therefore it will be the alt art leader that I play. We are building the Gecko Moria deck first. 5,000 power leader, special attribute, black-yellow leader to be exact. His activate, oh, he also has 4 life. His activate main. You may KO one of your Thriller Bark type characters. Your leader and all your characters gain 1,000 power during this turn. When attacking, you may trash 3 cards from your hand, add up to 1 card from the top of your deck to the top of your life cards. Honestly, you're probably not going to use that second ability super often, considering black and yellow both aren't historically known for their card draw. But that first ability is the bread and butter of the deck, allowing you to throw your opponent under the bus as you are getting so much value the wider your board gets. And seeing as your life cards have so many triggers that will flood the board, you will be able to do that quite often. So that is absolutely lovely. We're very glad we got that card. The rares for this upcoming pack are Eustace, Captain Kidd, and Chaka and Pell. But to be fair, an alt-art leader is a tough act to follow, so can you really be disappointed in that? We got Gecko Moria himself. That's, of the leaders, as far as alt-arts go, that's probably the one I wanted the most, so I'm really happy about that. Obviously, I wanted Hancock given the aftermarket, but we can't worry about things like aftermarkets in the pursuit of just having fun and playing our silly little guys. So with that, our next rares are Flame Dragon Touch, or Torch, and Isho. I do think it's funny, as far as the green cards go, that for Mihawk's deck, he doesn't have a crew, and his only other friend is Shanks. So, hang on, the rares here are Chaka and Pell. Oh, and Trafalgar Law. I will speak about Mihawk in a moment. For now, let's talk about this 9-cost to play, 10,000 power Rush character. Trafalgar Law also has the ability, on your opponent's attack, you may trash 2 cards from your hand. Select your leader and 1 character, swap the base power of the selected cards with each other during this battle. So obviously you're going to do it with the Trafalgar Law card here. You swap it with your leader to become a 10,000 power leader. You survive whatever attack comes your way. I mean, it's good. You turn 2 cards into effectively, 5k counter, which is stronger than any other method of getting that without using Dawn cards. This pack does not want to open. Unfortunately, I just don't think Law has enough support to really be viable right now. I do like what it's trying to do. Anyways, going back to what I was saying about Mihawk, it is funny that because he doesn't really have a crew, Bandai was just like, how many swordsmen are in One Piece? Yeah, just make them all cards. Give them all cards. We'll figure it out later. The rares for this pack are Mr. 3 and Kikunojo, a green character with Slash. Well, I'll admit I got a little spoiled. I accidentally saw the back of this pack, so I do know for a fact what's coming, so forgive me if it looks like I'm fast forwarding, but that's because I am. The rares are Diaz Drake, King, and we got one of our Dawn cards. We got the Mihawk one, which means the Egghead one is still somewhere in this second half of a box. But yeah, it's every Slash attribute possible. We got Kinemon, we got Chani and Yosoku. I'm surprised we actually didn't get a Zoro card, of all things. We did get Kozuki Odin, which was interesting. Our rares for this are Miss Valentine. Oh, we got Perona! On the note, this is the only non-Slash attribute card that is technically for the Mihawk deck. A 5-cost to play, 6,000 power, 1,000 counter. Her on play, up to 2 of your opponent's characters with a cost of 5 or less cannot be rested until the end of your opponent's next end phase. Her on KO, you may rest one of your cards, play up to 1 Greek character with a cost of 5 or less from your hand. Note clearly how it says cards, so it doesn't care what card you're resting, as long as a card is being rested. It could be your leader, it could be your Coffin Boat stage, it could even be one of your Dawn cards if you left them active. So, it's a very versatile effect, and that seems to be the direction green is going as a color, is versatility and resting, making things unrest. So, or I guess unrestable. Anyways, rares are Everwhite. Oh, and here's our other SR. Or actually, alt-art, I should say. 6 cost to play, 8,000 power, Rosinante, and Law. What's interesting about this card is, under the rules of this game, this card is also treated as Trafalgar Law and Don Quixote Rosinante. So, if you have cards that involve that, such as the Rosinante leader from a set ago, you can get, or 2 sets ago, you can use it with that effect, even though the card's name technically isn't Trafalgar Law. It is a blocker, and it's on play if the number of Dawn cards on your field is equal to or less than the number of your opponent's field. Draw 1 card. Then add to one Dawn card from your Dawn deck and set it as active. So you get to draw a card, you get to gain back some Dawn because you'll probably be behind. You are playing a purple deck, which either ramps ahead or Dawn's behind, depending on the strategy. In the case of the new Doflamingo leader, you'll probably be behind your opponent a little bit. Not enough to be super afraid, but enough that maybe a card like that would be a good catch-up mechanic for you. It depends if you're trying to play defensively or offensively with that deck. I play it very defensively personally. Our rares are Boa Hancock and Perona. I play the Doflamingo deck pretty defensively, so that's probably a card I will put in my Doflamingo deck. And our rares for this pack are Time for the Counterattack and Monkey D. Luffy. 1 cost to play, 0 power, 1000 counter. On play, look at 5 cards from the top of your deck, reveal up to 1 Supernova type card other than Monkey D. Luffy, and add it to your hand. Then place the rest at the bottom of your deck in any order. When attacking, give up to one of your opponent's characters minus 1000 power during this turn. Now, under normal circumstances, you wouldn't attack with a 0 cost character or 0 power character, but thanks to Trafalgar Law, we do have the ability to swap him with other power from other characters. I do kind of like the searchers that are SRs. I think it's neat that your searcher can also do something else post being played. I do like that they compensate for it by making them weaker by comparison in terms of actual combat capability. So, yeah, it's a good balance. I know some people don't like SR searchers, but I think it's fine. For our rares, we got Jinbei and King, and we also got the Egghead Dawn. And with that, we are down to our last 3 packs. For those of you paying attention, this box was in fact a 3-hit box, and we have seen all 3 hits, so we are only hoping for SRs in these packs. I would say I'm probably really hoping for the Boa Hancock SR just because of Aftermarket, but I'm also hoping for Jinbei. And we got Vivi. We also got Elect Claw as our rare. We got another Vivi card. But I'm hoping for either the SR Gecko Moria or the SR Jinbei because I'm building both of those decks and I will need both of those cards. And our silver medal is bringing us up with, let's see, we got a Moria leader. And for our rares, we got Virgo and Shirahoshi. I will say it is nice, the change they made to the leader packs. It's no longer a leader pack is guaranteed nothing. You can get an SR, you can get an alt art in a leader pack. So there's no need to be discouraged if you see a leader card in your pack. There is still a chance of something good. Speaking of which, our final pack. Let us see if the gold medal can bring us home at least an SR. Come on, we want Hancock, we want Jinbei, we want Gecko Moria himself. And our rares are Eustace Captain Kidd and Absalom. Alright, well, I will take one moment to clean up my cards here. So, in addition to 14 SRs varying from the set 14 and set EB4, we also managed to pull not one, but both of the secret rares of this set, Crocodile and Mihawk. We got an alternate art of Nefertari Vivi and the alt art for Rosinante and Law. And we also managed to squeak by a lovely alt art leader in Gecko Moria himself. Let me know in the comments below if I pulled a card you were hoping to see, and If I didn't, let me know what card I missed, what card we ended up not getting. So I'm really looking forward to this set. Bandai, if for some reason one of your higher ups is watching, you guys gotta print more. You gotta print more packs. I wanted to buy more. I truly did, but 2 boxes is all I can find so far. But I'm sure I'll find more. Plus, I will fill out my playsets through trades and through other various means. But my biggest comment I would like from anyone watching is, what deck do you plan on playing in set 14? We got Nationals coming up, and even if you're not a Nationals player, what are you planning on decimating your locals with? However you slice it though, thank you for watching as always, and I will see you in the next video. This is the Hero of Julios, Xing out.